I know we're past the top of the hour, but I did promise to get to a call before the break. Joel Friday TV is coming up. Joel, are you scheduled? Mark in Los Angeles is on the line. Mark, thanks for calling and holding there. How you doing?
Oh, good. Thanks for taking the call. First of all, I hate to do this. You know, when you have Fannie Willis's illegitimate son from Phoenix on, and you give him 25 minutes to spout his poison, it's hard for me to counter it because I got to wait 30 minutes to get on. Not your fault, but you give that clown way too much time. It's your show, and I'm not telling you how to run it. But that's, what do they call it, corrective criticism or whatever. The guy's a liar. He lied about the stock market. Trump said the only reason the stock market is holding on is because they're anticipating a Trump victory in November.
Yeah, and you know what? The stock market is not reflective of how people are doing, you know? How people are doing right now. So although the stock market is doing somewhat okay right now, supposedly, it's the people are, well, many people are still spoiled, comfortable slaves, but people don't have their freedom. Their money's not worth anything, hardly, and it's a mess.
Well, I agree, but it's
and there's
still
crime.
It's still a talking point for Satan's children.
Yeah.
You know, they'll come out and say, look how good the stock market is. Let's thank Joe Biden. And the reality is, this is Obama's third term. And I disagree with you on one small point.
Okay.
To me, Biden is the worst president in my lifetime. And it's only because the devil himself, Obama, is pulling the strings. He's telling he's telling the demented idiot president what to do, and it's to destroy America.
Yeah,
he has nothing. Bidenomics equals inflation. He opened the border. He's breaking our country financially. He's flooding. Well, the blue cities are being flooded by these demons, and it's causing financial problems. So Biden has nothing that he's accomplished on the positive. Nothing. Zippo, zero. And that includes the stock market. It's only because the stock market is waiting for Trump to take power and bring normalcy back. Another lie that the snake from Phoenix told you is that he never said he hated Trump. Play the tape back from last week. He said he hated Trump. He used those very words.
Oh, really?
You corrected him on it. And then he said, well, I just strongly dislike him.
Oh,
he's a snake.
Really?
I mean,
I don't remember.
I do. But he did say that he hated Trump, and that's a fact. So he lies about everything. And I'm not mad at you. You're a good man, but you give the scumbag way, way too much time.
Part of the reason I keep him on is because I want to address things that he says, you know. But I get what you're saying.
You're playing into his propaganda.
Yeah.
You know,
but nobody. I don't believe that. I don't believe that anybody who is a listener on my show who doesn't already believe his lies is falling for his lies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you have to. I would say that you should try to counter them.
That's what I was doing. Although I admit that I went too long, probably quite probably. If it goes 20 minutes, however long, that's too long. But part of the reason that I keep them on is that I can counter them. I don't believe it. I don't understand or believe in this stock market stuff.
Well, no, but it's a talking point, and the point is, it's only holding.
Yeah, and it's a talking point that nobody really understands. Well, when I say nobody, normies like Hake, and I think that there are other people like me who don't even understand it.
No, I know, but the point is, again, it's a talking point for the left. It's untrue. Now, it's part half-truths. The snake from Phoenix is very big on half-truths. And the thing is, it is true that the stock market's okay temporarily until Trump takes office. And these are the people in the stock market are telling Trump that. So I believe Trump a lot more than Satan from Phoenix.
Yeah.
As far as these trials go, this is the left's way of putting their political opponents in jail, and the scumbag cheers it on. The real crime is Biden and his crime family. Hunter Biden is a criminal who didn't show up when subpoenaed. yet he's not facing jail time. The old man, the stinking rotten president that we have, it's been said that the only reason he wasn't charged in his documents case was because he's an old, feeble-minded man.
Right.
And that's what her said, the investigator in Delaware. So he's guilty, but we're not going to try him because he's a feeble-minded man. I've never heard that in the law.
That's wild.
I think what her may have been saying was that he couldn't get a fair jury to convict the old devil, and I think that's why the prosecutor, chose not to press charges. That doesn't mean Biden wasn't guilty. It means we have a corrupt judicial legal system which is protecting the old demon. And this is what the far left wants. They want to control the judiciary. They want to control the legislative and the executive branches.
Right.
And the only thing we've got right now is the court, and they can't be trusted. And we've got, a two-man majority in Congress? The only thing that I hope they do, Mike Johnson and company, is stop the aid package as it's written to the Ukraine. Because I think I mentioned this a couple of days ago on your show. There's a poison pill in there that will not allow Trump, hopefully be our president, to stop that thievery of our money.
Yeah.
They could impeach him if he tries. It's unconstitutional and it's illegal, but the left are unconstitutional and they're criminals. And that includes the clown that was on your show for 20 minutes because he supports every evil measure that his fellow half-breed put on this country. I'm talking about Obama. See, half-breeds are the biggest haters of whites, and both of these two clowns are proof of that. And
that sounds like it would be kind of. I don't know if I will, just for the sake of my channel, disavow that statement, man, and only because it sounds so nasty. I know,
but they are nasty.
But you're being nasty back at them.
Well, they're doing nasty things.
I know they're doing nasty things, but that doesn't mean that you be nasty back at them. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But
this half-breed stuff, that's not a way to treat these people. I get what you're saying. I get that a whole lot of these mixed people get the most anti-white. Yeah, I know that. Right. But you talking this way with such vitriol, it's you're being two devils fighting. You're not fighting them with light.
You have to remember there is a war on whites.
I know that. That's not a reason.
Slow motion war.
Right, but that's not. It's a spiritual war, and you're falling for the devil spirit. You're falling into the anger. You're getting overcome with evil. You're not overcoming evil with good.
Well, it's more than spiritual because it's actually physical.
I know. Spiritual brings the physical, but the spiritual is more important than the physical. If you abandon the spirit of God to try to attack these people with the spirit of the devil, which is anger and vitriol, then and I don't mind a little half-breed word here and there, but you're clearly malicious, man, towards these people, and that's not right. That's not good for you.
Well, look what they're doing to us.
I know, but it's look at you, because we all know that they're doing evil, but we have to be good.
Well, I respect that, but
Yeah.
I got to tell you this.
Okay.
We're not going to pray our way out of this. We're not going to pray our way out of our genocide.
But if you pray without ceasing, you'll have the good sense to respond wisely.
I do.
But you're not responding with good sense. You're responding with malice, with fear. You admitted, did you not admit on the American Anchor Baby months back that you're afraid about what's happening to the country?
Well, sure. Who wouldn't be? But you're not going to pray your way out of this.
Not a child of God would not be afraid.
Well, short of taking up arms, what can I do? What can we do? Pray?
No. We're talking about fear and anger, not talking about prayer. You're giving me a false dilemma as though we just roll over and be nice and sit down and pray.
We're under attack. No, but we are under attack. That's not a false dilemma.
I know we're on the same page about that. But my point is
what's
about.
your solution?
Well, part of the solution is overcoming evil with good, and you're not overcoming
And
evil
how do
with
you
good.
do that? How do you do that?
Not giving in to the devil in you that's being tempted by the devil in them.
So that's not an answer. What do
Yes,
we
it is.
do to
It is.
stop?
It is an answer.
No, but how is that going to stop the black revolution, the black on white war that we see where whites are the victim?
That's not this. The answer is that's not your concern. That's not up to you.
Well, I don't want to be the next victim. Do you?
No, but you're more liable to be the next victim because you'll fall into a pit of anger and fear. Your role on Earth is not to stop the destruction of the whites, unless God says it is, but it doesn't seem like that. Your first role is to seek first the kingdom of God, right? As a Christian?
Yes.
And how is that, how are you being an example of the kingdom of God if you're falling into this anger and darkness towards your enemy instead of loving your enemy?
Well, the thing is, anger is, I know you guys like to talk about this.
No, but go ahead.
Okay, anger is a deflect. When you bring up you're just angry and you should be ignored, I know you didn't say that, but that's basically what you mean.
No, it isn't.
Anger is part of the human makeup. There isn't one person on earth who doesn't get angry. You could say you don't, but nobody's going to believe you. Everybody has anger because it's part of human nature. And when you're
and is
under
human nature
attack,
good or evil?
It could be both. Human nature could be good, and human nature encompasses anger. And ask anybody. I mean, that's a ridiculous, I'm not saying you're ridiculous, but it's a ridiculous notion to say, well, you're angry, so you should be ignored. You're angry, so you're not going to heaven. You're angry, let the blacks burn America down, but if you're angry about it, you're the bad guy.
You don't have a choice but for the blacks to do what they're going to do. You can't stop them.
Well, I know that, but
so then you being angry about that is no solution.
Well, let me tell you.
And you calling them half breeds is no solution.
Well, that's what they are.
I know, but you're saying it. I didn't say it was. I said it was said with malice and derision, which you don't say stuff out of malice and derision. As a Christian,
you
right?
could choose to take it that way, but
no, I'm not talking about taking it that way. It's clear that are you pretending that you don't have malice and derision when you're saying these things?
Well,
maliciously?
I would say that anger is a response to evil.
Do you have malice and derision? Do you have malice and derision when you're calling them half-breed?
I don't. I'm just calling them what they are.
No.
Mulattoes sound better. It's just a word game.
No, but it's not just a word game because there's emotion behind it with feeling. It's clear that you're following in the footsteps of them.
No, not at all.
You are. They're hating you and you're hating them back.
Well, yeah, I won't deny that.
So then there's no light in that.
There's a right and a wrong.
How does that make you better than the pagans?
I don't know about the pagans. I can't.
Didn't Jesus say, if you only love those who love you, you're no different from the pagans?
Well, I'm not a pagan as far as that goes.
Right, you're not a pagan, but you're no better than the pagans.
Well, I mean, that's your opinion. The problem is with that.
It's not my opinion. That's Jesus' statement.
Why? Well, Jesus didn't call me a pagan.
I didn't say he did. He said that you're no better than the pagans if you only love those who love you.
Well, I love my race. I love my nation. And if that's a sin, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. If you really did love them, then you would also love your enemy.
Well, what do you do with your enemy? If he's your enemy, you catch him and he's killed people, you put him
whatever
to death,
you do,
right?
whatever you do should be led by the Spirit of God.
Okay, so when we put people to death for crimes that they've committed,
right,
is God going to condemn those who put the criminal to death?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the people who put the criminals to death are wielding the sword of justice, and you're you're wielding the sword not of justice, but of malice. And
well, I haven't put anybody to death.
Spiritually, you are. Spiritually, you are answerable before the Sanhedrin, because you're angry at your brother.
Well, if they're doing
that's
evil,
from the Bible. It's from Jesus.
Pardon me?
I said that's from the Bible. It's from Jesus. And I never made the claim that I don't have any anger or anything. I'm just saying
right, I know, but
we're supposed to sharpen one another as Christians. You claim to be a Christian. And,
I am.
And you condemn Joe for being a snake and having Satan in him.
Well, he's a liar.
Right.
I've never said I hated him, though.
Right, but you clearly do hate him. And
well, says you.
Well, you don't hate him?
Well, I dislike him. How's that? The way he described his hatred for Trump, he turned it around on you and said, no, I just strongly dislike him. And you accepted it, which is okay. It's your show.
I don't accept that. I know that he hates him. He's not a loving person. He hates JLP. He hates Hake. He's an emotional person.
Yeah, I know. He's a white.
He's an intellectual.
No, I wouldn't give him that much credit.
Intellectual is not credit.
Anybody that lies.
I didn't say he's intelligent. I said he's an intellectual.
Well, tell me the difference. I don't get it.
Okay, I got this from JLP. An intellectual accepts or rejects things, ideas, statements, stuff. An intelligent person neither accepts nor rejects.
Well, I never heard that.
And so an intellectual is argumentative or overly agreeing or in their imaginations and mind and thoughts and misapplying logic and misapplying facts, bringing in facts that aren't pertinent. Those are intellectuals. An intelligent person is a man like Chad O. Jackson. I don't know if you're familiar with Chad O. Jackson. He's this black guy of all people. I brought up a black guy. I know. Sue me. But he's this black guy who's in Uncle Tom 2, and he's helping make Uncle Tom 3. And he is just even keel, the pertinent truth about how MLK was basically a communist atheist. Right. And not for what's right, and it was civil rights was a scam. That's an intelligent person.
Okay, are there any good intellectuals anywhere on earth?
No, there are intellectuals who are some are nicer and more fair-minded, I guess, sometimes than others. But I don't know about a good intellectual. People should be. It's better to be intelligent than intellectual.
Well, this black guy that you just mentioned.
Yeah, Chad O. Jackson.
Yeah, is he an intellectual?
I don't think of him as an intellectual. He may be, but I've never seen it. I've seen him be intelligent. Have not seen him be intellectual.
Well, okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
But when you call Fannie Willis's son from Phoenix, when you call him an intellectual,
yeah,
that is actually a compliment that he's not worthy of.
No, it's not. I really don't mean it as a compliment. I know that, and I know that sometimes it is used as a compliment, but I'm saying it in a way that I see to be accurate to describe how this guy is in his head, trying to catch JLP in minor falsehoods or minor inaccuracies, and missing the whole point. Intellectuals miss the point.
Well, he gives you half truths,
right?
And really, honestly, I'll tell you, Hake,
selective facts.
I hate to even talk about this clown. I really do. I hate to waste time on him because he's not worthy of it. There's
a love-hate relationship with it because you do it almost every time you call in.
Well, not the last couple times.
Okay.
But this call that he gave today was so ridiculous, I had to respond. Now he gives you half truths, and you don't push back. And part of it is I just roll my eyes. I'm tired of fighting. So I'm a beta like you, Mark. Sometimes I just get tired of fighting,
And some stuff I just don't know, don't care. He's gonna say whatever he says about Trump, and it's irrelevant because he's just popping off at the mouth, and it has no consequence into reality.
Okay, let me leave you with this.
Okay.
Any person, white or black or whatever, that hates Trump, if you scratch the surface, they're white haters as well. And I hope some of these people that make comments when I call your show, I hope they respond to that. And this really is my last point. Ash, what's her name? The lady in the Super Bowl that's girlfriend, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I said on your show a couple weeks ago that she was financed by Soros, and some bozo in the comment section claimed that there was no fact on that. On Benny, what's his name?
Because somebody in my super chats, because she's made so much money off of her pop hits and pop country hits too. But anyway, go ahead.
He bought the rights to all of her music, which made her a millionaire.
I thought it was some other Jewish guy. And
no, Soros, from what I saw on
maybe.
The Benny Show. You know the Benny Show, the conservative guy.
Well, I don't want to promote other stuff.
I know. I'm just giving you the source, though. He actually showed where Soros bought the rights to all of her music, which made her rich. And
but she was rich before. When was this?
Well, I don't know when. He has the details.
Because was it 10, 15 years ago? Because she was making pop hits. She's a pop hit princess.
Sure, but he bought the rights to all of her songs, which made her even richer.
Okay.
And she's left-wing. She was never political before.
I think that some other Jewish guy bought her stuff out from under her, and she didn't really necessarily make money from it, and she didn't have the, well, whatever. But
she even admits in the clip that he played that Soros bought her music. She doesn't deny it, and she does not condemn him. She's just as evil as he is. And, she's a liberal and influenced by Soros. One last thing.
Scooter Braun.
Pardon me?
Scooter Braun is the Jewish guy who bought a bunch of her stuff, and she was not happy about that.
Okay. I thought they said on the show.
She bought it, or he bought it from the record company that owned her stuff, and didn't give her a chance. And I don't know. I don't keep up with it. I don't care.
So she was influenced by the left.
Oh, that's for sure. She's in the entertainment world. That's a very liberal world.
Well, the country music people were a little different, though. Usually, they're not as liberal as the rest of Hollywood.
It's getting more corrupt, though. Mark my words.
It is. Yep. It is. Last thing, there was a murder over the weekend in New York City. A Negro speeding his car down the street, killed two girls. I don't know what race they were. They looked to be Hispanic or Arabic.
Was he drunk?
No, he was just doing it because he loved
Did he
speeding.
purposely? Okay, so he didn't.
Well, no.
He didn't purposely run them down, but he was speeding recklessly, and so that could be counted as murder because you're doing a felony already or something like that.
Third degree, and he's already been charged. So listen to this, and I'll end it here. He went before a black judge, a woman in New York, and for 2 murders, he got house arrest and probation. Yeah, that's the type of justice that will come in this country if they stack the Supreme Court and these leftists are able to cram the court with other leftists.
Yeah, I mean that's the world we're living in. That's why I told Joe that the justice system, I don't believe in the justice system. He called that un-American, but it's quite clear they selectively enforce the laws and the punishments. Thank you, Mark in Los Angeles. Take care, man.
God bless. Bye.
You too. Bye.